Hi, welcome to Andoe's video. This is my video on crafting for Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, I'm going to show you how to make money in Star Wars. I'll explain the cartel market too. So I have this video be about crafting and cartel market. There's a lot of ways to make currency in the market. To sell things on the market or to buy things on the market. You can see at the top of my tab here. A very important thing about Star Wars The Old Republic before we head on to crafting in the cartel market is the map. The main place that players will always come back to is the Republic fleet, being Republic side, Jedi, Trooper, whatever classes, species. This is around here, the Galactic Trade Network. Anything you find in the game pretty much you can sell. There's different grades of gear. The two main selling stations is here and here. And the Republic fleet is a big round thing here. It has elevators to different sides of things. The Cartel Bazaar, I'll show you that today as well. It has different landing pads that will lead to other stations that perhaps have player versus environment instances. Big group battles against the computer, and talking about 16 people, different hard modes, coruscant departures. Star Wars The Old Republic has 3 different ways of transport. I'll be doing other videos on mounts and things like that. Do a couple funny ones. This is a gun truck. You want to mount to get you around the game faster. If you're leveling up from 1 to 60, you're not going to be wanting to run around everywhere. This is going to move you more than double the speed. So I'm just going to map. This video is about crafting. So we're heading to the stronghold holds and crew skills section. The crew skills are what makes up any crafting that is done in the game. You can have one main crew skill. You see the top here, there's a diamond here I'm clicking on. That's the crew skill tab. So what you want to do is you want to come down here to crew skills. I'll show you where I am in the map. I'm right here. See here, the crew skills? These are going to show all the different crew skills. We've got biochem, armor mech, synth weaving, etc. There's maybe 7 or 8 main crew skills. It could be a couple more. I've got synth weaving here. So you'll come here, you get synth weaving level 1. The way you could build synth weaving up is either crafting items or click that. And you have companions that you collect, you find and get their help during the story. Star Wars The Old Republic is big on story content. You'll find companions, they'll follow you, you'll give them gifts, you'll level them up. This tab here, the fist at the top, is your companions list. So you see I've got a lot of companions. A lot of them are different levels. You can see I've leveled HK51 to the top. He's the biggest one I've got, level 42. My main companions that I use are all level 20. When you craft anything, you set it to craft and your companion will craft it. Your companion can craft 5 different items at a time, up to 6 companions. Now, depending on your level here, I'm level, not him, I got the wrong one selected. HK, I'll select HK 42. I've just summoned him by pressing this, summon this crew member, right? He's going to be standing next to me. You can use him to help you in battle heal. The higher the level, 42, that's a great level to heal. He's set as heals here. See, you can set them as healer or damage doer. So preferably when you're leveling up, healer would probably be what you needed. When you first come here or to a crew skill vendor somewhere, and say you choose synth weaving, you'll click that, you'll start at level 1. You'll see there's 550 points in total with synth weaving at level 65. That's the highest you can get synth weaving to. When you have it at its highest, 550, you can do a lot more things. You can come here and click on synth weaving at different times of different levels of the crew skill and get different patterns and different recipes to craft different items. Okay, so I'll open up this. I've got this here. I can make adaptive armor. I'll show you this one for instance. This could be good. I can't see it, just one sec. I've got something in the way. This is a level 61 adaptive armor. The cap is 65, so you can see I can currently build 20 of those. I have a lot of materials and a lot of... Any of these items could potentially sell. You could buy random recipes, these blue ones are low levels, and you could roll, perhaps find a recipe cheap, for instance, like... I'll show you if I can see it. This is a complete mind fuck blank at the moment because I cannot actually try to pinpoint the force powers to remember this item. It looks great anyway, and people could buy it just to customize their character in the customization screen. Like me, I have 11 customizations, so any of these items, they look good. They can be put into equipment customizations. Forgive me, Lord, I'll put on my Knights Templar suit and wash clean. Apply that. Okay, cool. So crafting can be technical if you don't know what you're doing. When you first find a crew skill trainer like here or other places, you could find them on planets you'll be leveling up or starting with. You'll first come to him and you may only be able to get from level 1 to level 50. You may only be able to get 300 synth weaving, which would be the highest at that point. Once you get to 300, level 300 on synth weaving here, you'll go back to the trainer and you'll be able to go higher. Every time you craft an item, it could go up 4 or 5 points. But there are some crew skills like also secondary crew skills. You can have 2 secondary crew skills. This here, I'll send this character. He'll get me 9 rich yield of grade 9 sliced tech parts. These are going to be side missions for secondary crew skills. And these items your companion is going to collect are going to be the items you're going to need to craft. Either that, or you could find them on the battlefield. Your mini map will show you dots. You will come to here, little dot just there. Your mini map will be on the right hand side though. I've changed it. Crew skill trainer. You want to have crew skill trainer selected. You want to have resources selected, because once you select, say, slicing, there'll be slicing components all around planets scattered, and you'll start collecting them resources from the planet. So some people will call it farming, but some of the Asian culture finds it a bit disrespectful, so we won't say that. We'll educate people on respect and we'll call it collecting fucking materials or some shit. Okay, thanks God, thank you God. I just had to let you know that a lot of the secondary crew skills can get important things like treasure hunting here. There would have to be a good 12 to 16 different crew skills. Treasure hunting will give you companion gifts and lock boxes, gemstones, more stuff needed to craft, but also companion gifts will come from a secondary crew skill, which will up your level of your companion. Now, the higher the level your companion is, the more they could proc. So everything you craft in Star Wars The Old Republic has a chance to proc. And what proc means is you'll craft, say, I'm going to come here and craft a few things. You'll craft level 64 item, which is pretty good. I'll just create some braces, wrist pieces. They've got decent stats. A helmet as well. Someone in the game will be needing this. I won't charge too much. The materials to build one of these is roughly about anywhere from 500,000 to 600,000, and I'll charge probably maybe 500,000 or 600,000, considering I'm a millionaire in this game. You can spend money in the cartel market to get rare mounts or specifically designed things that you may need, perhaps mounts or popular. We have here battle pack as minus 16%, 250 cartel coins. If you want to add coins, you could go add coins, and 20 USD will give you 2,400 That's a lot of money for some people, and 2,400 points may be enough for what you need, but don't neglect packs. I've purchased $9.95, about 10 USD on a pack. I've rolled one of the rarest items, me personally. I've gotten a lightning weapon tuner, which is a cosmetic item which sells for a minimum of about 56 million. They sell regularly. The most I've seen of a sale was about 150 million. You're pretty much dead set for life if you roll that item. Grats if you do. Mounts. You can see there's different mounts here. I won't go too much on about what you can get, but pretty much these packs here, which I got was 250 cartel. You only get 4 random items, so you have to. It has a random generated chance of what items you can get. So you could either spend 5,400 roughly 40 to 50 USD for this 24 pack plus one other rare pack. You have 24 of these 250 cartel packs on this one. This is going to cost, you could have about 60 to 70, 80 items, maybe more for this. You could separate the packs first and then sell them individually on the market so you could make people buy them. Either way, if you want to spend real money, you'll get a lot of currency. You'll get so many different items, and it's all by chance. You could get a ton of good stuff, and then you could get something worth a ton like I did, just because you're awesome like me. And there are things like unlocks here, which if you're not subscribed could be very handy. For instance, being able to do flashpoints or access your cargo hold. You could click it and you could access your cargo hold. You could buy it now and claim it. You can keep all materials for crafting in a legacy stronghold. That is one of 3. A legacy storage. That is one of 3 storage. You have a personal storage like cargo. You have a legacy storage, which is stored between any character you create, which means you could have 3 characters crafting all different stuff. You could be spending time on one character and on another and not have to physically have any crafting items in your inventory. You can keep them in a legacy storage, and that will be shared to all your characters, so you can just craft. You don't have to have all these items here to craft. They could be elsewhere in the storage. This is a market. Now, there are hundreds of thousands of people playing Star Wars The Old Republic. They're on planets, they're out in space, they're here, they're in strongholds. People can be really snobbish and just sit in their stronghold all day and not say hello, and you won't see people always. You can see up here there's 65 players, real people, on the Republic fleet. You have 25 males. So I'm just gonna maximize this. This is gonna take a second to load up. I'm gonna go to the mailbox. Anything you sell on the market, this Galactic Trade Network, the big green thing there, you can go through hundreds of items. Every item has a different grade. It goes grey, white, green, blue, purple, orange. Pretty much the highest item is the last colour. It goes in quality. Blue's not bad when you're leveling up. If you see loot level up after you've killed a spawned creature, or as we call them, mobs, you'll see a blue loot light, and you'll instantly know you have a higher quality item there. I've placed some things in the market. Some things have sold, some things haven't. You open up a mailbox here. I clicked on the mailbox. You can find them on the map. You can see here that what the mailbox looks like. No, you can't. Alright. Sorry. You could go to your legacy tab here and invest once you have built enough money. Legacy tab is here. These are different unlocks you can do. Some of these things can help in crafting, for instance. One of these does. Oh, I won't go into it. There's so much crap. It has a mailbox here, right? Anything you craft, you'll sell in the market, which is here in the Republic fleet. At this terminal here that I've come to, these green terminals, there's two. I'll show you again where it is for one sec. It's in the Galactic Trade Market section, right hand corner. Okay, you could have your mailbox anywhere, and it could be the next day or a few hours later. You might get home from work and see if your things have sold, or get home from partying and you open your mailbox like I did. You purchase that off your legacy if you want to spend that money, and you can right click here, select all messages, and go get all checked messages attachments. Right, so 470,000 that one, 470,000. A few of the bigger items of crafters sold 500,000 there, 51,000, 51,000. Not too bad. Like you see, you can see I have 19,101,287 credits. That's a lot for the game. You have some mounts here. Mounts sell for a lot. If you can roll some mounts, you're laughing. Some gold mounts. You could get them randomly in a pack. When you get them, the street qualities, bronze, silver, and gold. Generally, if you get a gold item, you're laughing, but sometimes SWTOR does have a downfall where you could, at worst, get a gold item, and it's pretty poxy. It won't sell for much. This is a market. We can look up armor, lay weapons, ranged weapon, implant. All the things we're going to need to craft. Crafting materials are here. Subcategory, we're going to choose synth weaving. I'm either blind or I'm just oblivious to the fact I'm so awesome that I don't even have to bother with this right now, because I've got eyes like Superman and I don't need that. Okay, these items are going to take 5 minutes now, this one, to craft. They take different times. I could go on HK, the higher one, and spend some resources on crafting gleaming fond synth bonded attachment. If you want to craft something like an augment, you'll need to craft these. It will take 2 of these, 2 of these, and 2 of these. You buy any of these in the market. You grab this screen. Oh, sorry. You grab that screen when you come to the market, right? You pull this screen down. You can move anything you open up, which is fantastic. You'll grab your market and you can shift click on, say, crane around thread. I want to cram around some thread. I want some crane around thread. I'm going to go search now because it's automatically shift click just come up. There's not a lot of this. 1,100. You're going to see there's going to be a lot of white sort of grey materials in crafting. A lot of people will have the habit of coming to the market and looking for every material, but there's a crucial vendor which sells every grey and white material cheap, but you can get them cheaper on the market. See, this is 1,100. I think these normally go for 4,500 each, so it's worth checking the market. I'm going to buy them. Augments you can craft MK9s. These go for about 40 or 50,000. It takes 10 of these. You get 10 of these augmentation slot component MK9s with 4 of the gleamings bond attachments that I showed you here. I can make 59, and I'll set some of these to craft. I'm setting 10 to craft, 10 of 60 or so that I can craft, and I'll go back to this here, and the augmentation 9 kit is going to take 10 of these now. I have a lot of them, as you can see. I have a lot of them and have a lot of them. Okay, so in order to get 10 of these to make the augmentation, the highest augmentation kit, which is needed to be able to put the highest augment into any item, what you do as a player, you'll have an inventory. Your inventory has all your equipment, your helmet, your chest, your gloves, your belt, your legs, and your feet, weapons. relics, wrist, implants, and earpiece. The stats on these vary depending on how hard you want to work in the game, or what groups you're with, what content you'll do. Enable to be able to make your character strong. Do not neglect that every item can have an augment, which you'll purchase off the market. You'll get an MK9, and you will come to one of these modification kits on the map. You will select it, you will drag an item here, and if you have an MK9 in the inventory, it will be used on this, and you'll click to put an augment slot on there. It will not only cost the 60 or 70,000 off the market for the MK9, or if you wish to sell it for 60 or 70,000, that's fine. It will cost 30,000 to be able to install the augment with the augmentation kit onto every item. So roughly almost about 100,000 to install it, and plus anywhere from 30 to 70,000. So you're looking at anywhere from 100 to possibly 160,000 for every item to be augmented. Augmentation kits sell a lot on the market. You could craft that, for instance. Okay, so how do we get those 10 items we need to craft an augmentation kit? We'll go augments, and these sell for a lot, so we want 10 of these. What we'll do is we'll go to any adaptive armor. Not adaptive, you want something green, we'll go to a green armor. Pretty much what you do is you create a green armor that's fairly high level. I'll say a green 49. Every item that you craft, these green ones, you can disable them, so you can go through after you've crafted them all the green ones, and right click and click up here, reverse engineer. You can reverse engineer, say this item, or reverse engineer this because it's bind on equip. As you can see, the item says bind on equip down the bottom. Once you equip an item, you cannot sell it, it goes bind on equip. So you will only be selling bind on equip item or materials, anything generally you find you can sell. You can disenchant the greens. Every disenchant of a green item will give you one of those 10 one of the 10 augmentation slot component to make the MK9. You'll need 10. So that's how you make MK9s. They'll sell in stacks of 10 or so. They'll sell individually as augments. You could craft the lower augments. They'll still be used by people. There'll still be people leveling up, and don't think that the latest things, the highest level things you can craft, armors and things, are the best things to sell, because sometimes as players, the leveling up and the lower level things will be high in demand. So even if you want to go around collecting materials from planets, don't think the highest planets, the highest level cap planets where it will take a 65 to do damage, that those materials will necessarily sell for the most. That's not the case, because a lot of people have a lot of money in this game, like me. A lot of people do spend a lot of time crafting, or they spend money on it. A lot of people will have the money to spend, so you could collect lower materials from lower level planets, and you could still make quite a good fortune off selling lower materials, because they'll be higher in demand. So don't think that going to the hard planet that you have to be a higher level to make money in this game. You don't. You can come to the market and you could sell almost anything, and you could spend it on something fancy. You could upgrade a weapon with modifications. Mind you, if you're not subscribed, you will not be able to use all the modifications. You could come to armor here and buy a really nice adaptive armor chest piece. Adaptive armor is good. It's orange grade, and You can CTL left click and see that chest or that chest, that chest. You can preview any of the armor types on the market. The orange armors here, the adaptive, are good because you could go CTL right click, left click. Oh, well, as you can see, it's white. The unburdened champion robes there, they have no mods in them. There'll be an armoring mod, a mod, an enhancement mod, a dye module for color of it that you can pick, and of course you can put an augmentation kit on it and an augment. 16 augmentation kits with all those stats is a very how to say it, it's a huge motherfucking lot of stats, right? If you want to kill some motherfucker because he follows the Emperor and you want to have it all augmentated, for instance, I have here mastery, 73 mastery and 48 endurance. That's a lot of stats times 16. You do not want to neglect that in a fight. Here we go. My companion has returned with kind of strangely named. It is a level 9 tech part. Any crafting item will be level 1 to 9. Level 9 is generally the higher end materials. Cinetine Info Scrapper is the main epic, the highest crafting material you can get. Now you see I've got 3 of these. These sell roughly for 10 to 20, even higher sometimes, maybe 25,000 each. So I've just made 60,000 there. These given hypercalculators don't sell for much. So I'll go accept, and into my inventory they go. So these are what you need to craft augments. It's pretty self-explanatory. You go to a crew skill vendor, you select what crew skill you want. You can Google different crew skills and what craftings you can do. You can craft companion gifts, you can collect companion gifts, resources, you can build mounts, you can build spaceship parts. The travel part of Star Wars: The Old Republic has a ship that you can travel in. You can build these parts to sell to people. Unfortunately, BioWare, I have to say, I'm a bit upset about Starfighter. It should have had equipped modules. I don't want to see Starfighter die, but at the moment, fleet accommodations don't seem very valuable. Starfighter seems to be a more fun-orientated thing and a more player versus player, and it was the debut of Star Wars, but in my opinion, it needs to have more rewards and it needs to be updated, and it needs to have players the ability to have more complexity in it, and perhaps a option to be simplified for children as a option also to be complicated for adults. And Starfighter was a debut, was the reason I came back. I'll actually put another video on Starfighter. I'll try to queue Starfighter now and quickly show you Starfighter before I leave. I'm going to go to ships and choose my gunship that's been highly upgraded. I'll go to components, secondary weapons. It's been upgraded here somewhat. I'll go launch and battle. There should be plenty of people still doing Starfighter. There's plenty of people that love it, and being in groups and guilds and meeting friends online and being with other people playing Starfighter can make it fun. Just backing each other up and just having it over your enemy is a big joy, and the different sorts of strategies you can use not only in Starfighter and PvP or player versus environment can make the battle. It doesn't necessarily have to be the damage, it could be the strategy. You could be the person that is on a ledge but jumps down as the person with the flag goes to jump to you, so the person won't jump on the ledge to put the flag at the end. You'll jump down and they'll be forced to go down in the bottom. You'll be standing on the ledge for them to just jump to you and hand the flag in, and then the enemy team has a point. Strategy, being in the right place at the right time, stunning at the right time, using health packs, having different not only abilities, but items that will reduce damage or heal or stun. Stat items. These are all things that can be built by crew skills. Health packs here. Different quality. You can see this is a blue health pack, has a blue around it. This is purple. Green health packs, different quality. That's a damage reduction. These are grenades. So there's lots of different quality of grenades and health packs. These are stims. They'll increase your you can see here on the left. These stim packs will increase your mastery by 218 and your power by 90 for 480 minutes. They persist through death. Stim packs is something else you can craft. They are used by a lot of groups doing instances and 8-man dungeon, well, not dungeons, it's more Dungeon and Dragon League of game. They're doing more instances or fights against Sith or the Dark Forces, against bosses. I won't say this is Dungeons and Dragons. This is Star Wars, owned by Star Wars Online, owned by BioWare and Disney now. So because of laws, I don't think the seriousness or the awe in fighting your enemy is as awful, as awe-filled anymore because of certain country laws. But I will give Star Wars a big high five for storyline and story content, but I will give a bit of a bow on other things such as fleet commendations from Starfighter, big critical, bounce to BioWare, Disney, everything. Fleet commendations was a big commodity, a big commendation that could buy you equipment. You could go to inventory here and go to currency here with all your currencies that you'll receive, and you'll see fleet commendations. I have 1109, over 1,000 that are unused. There is no equipment that is valuable to me from fleet commendation. Fleet commendation has died, therefore Starfighter is dying, because, for instance, I'll press L and go to missions. You'll see the rewards here for a PvP Starfighter. Crap. I'm going to actually show you this because as a person that does computer game reviews, I must sometimes just blatantly put it there when certain aspects of a game is neglected, or acknowledge that the rewards for a certain aspect of the game is dulling down, because Starfighter was a big debut for Disney and SWTOR and BioWare and EA, but since I've lost my wanting to play Starfighter and continue with it, the content for it has, I'll collect these two Galactic Starfighter missions. The content has diminished in my eyes, and when you do things like PvP or instances or level up, you want to be having rewards and incentives to do it. If I go to my L's tab to the PvP, you'll see Galactic Starfighter here. It'll give me 40 fleet commendations and an item to increase ship requisition to any ship, which will level up modules. But as I said, these commendations, they're to a lot of players invaluable. They are redundant and they lack a lot of inspiration to do Starfighter. So unfortunately, critically, I have to give Starfighter a probably 2 out of 10, maybe a 1.5 until something's done with that. So yeah, crafting, so many different crew skills to choose, so many different ways to make currency, so many companions to craft, different levels. Every single thing you craft can proc. This helmet may not proc by having 2 helmets, but it could proc by being augmented. You'll see as this one here, states on it doesn't have an augment. So if it procs, it has an augment slot. It could sell for more. That will save someone 100 to 150,000 to, or 100,000 approx to put an augment on it. These things here, the bonded attachments, they can proc to be 2 instead of 1. Augments can proc to be 2 instead of 1. There's a few different ways items can proc. When I collected that mission and got those 3 Cine Teen Info Scrappers, the highest rank 9 slice tech part for crafting, they can proc more than 3. They can proc maybe 5 or so if you're lucky, or if, well, I don't believe in luck, so just the random generation roll of the fucking satellite from hell computer that's epileptic and has bloodshot eyes is going to go, I will give you a 3, not 100, and then you end up with none. Okay, so that's pretty much, I'll sum up crafting. There's a lot more in crafting to do. Those are a few things you could do to make money, let alone the items you will find leveling up. And leveling up, I did find a lot of epic items, the purple items. Generally, the items you want to find, they drop quite considerably a lot leveling up. And I played World of Warcraft. I was 56 on the server for my class and character, level 80. And to me, Star Wars The Old Republic just offered everything that World of Warcraft couldn't. I sat through World of Warcraft when the cap was 60. I was there till level 93, and to me, World of Warcraft kind of died, but Star Wars offered me a lot, and these days I do a lot of crafting and a lot of PvP, but Star Wars is still lacking. It could do with a major overhaul, a major lot of incentives to be like, hell, I've got the best fucking lightsaber on the fucking server. You know, like something unique, like a legendary item. World of Warcraft legendary items are orange. If you got one, it was through a massive mission directive from the Matrix, which I hate. I hate the Matrix. From the Matrix asshole. Okay, and you'll be like, the creator, the destroyer of worlds, just shut out this sword from hell, and it's like he ate too much freaking, I don't know, he ate too much freaking Twinkies or some shit. I don't know, but orange legendary items in World of Warcraft, if you had a legendary item, people would stop and stare and go, oh my god, he is so lucky. I cannot believe he has a legendary two-handed axe. Oh my fucking beep, beep, beep. Well, yeah, God is good, and those things could get better, but it's up to the individual, and it's up to the person to say things and to explain things, and it's up to the game creators to make games exciting and fun. Star Wars needs a facelift. It needs a facelift that will impress people and make people feel that their time spent has been worthwhile, and not only worthwhile, but also the random drop chance of just finding something super massive. Alright, I'll just say before I finish up this video, God bless America, and thank you very much. Take it easy.